Hello and welcome back to the Courtroom Advocate channel. My name is Miriam Washira. Thanks for watching and subscribing to this channel. Today I want us to discuss children, drugs and gangs. What age do you think a child can start taking drugs or misusing drugs or abusing drugs? I'm currently dealing with a case where a young girl, currently she is 14 going 15, has been involved with some drugs and some gangs. And it got me thinking the way as parents we can be quite ignorant of what our children are involved in. So for this case, this young lady in her school, there was a search, and in the middle, when the search was conducted, she was found with a matchbox. And of course, currently, any child caught with a matchbox in school, it is quite a severe case. You know, it's being taken very, very seriously. So it's either you are on drugs or you are actually planning to burn down the school. So for this instance, when the girl was found with the matchbox, she did say actually she uses the matchbox to take drugs. And of course, we were quite concerned and we asked, when did you start doing drugs? I think that was the most shocking bit because according to her, she started taking drugs at class 4. Please note, this is a girl. She started taking drugs at class 4. We are talking of about when she was 11 years old. And when he asked, how did you start taking drugs? Why did you start taking drugs? So she talks about that when she was in class 4, she had a best friend who was killed by police. Actually, the girl was shot and it was on national TV. So this young girl was gunned down by police. And the reason was that she was being used by drug traffickers and gangs to transport drugs and guns. So for this case, the girl says after her friend died, she got into some kind of depression, and some of her other friends introduced her to bang as a way of overcoming the sadness and the grief she was feeling. She did not share with her parents about this grief or what she was going through. Actually, when we asked the mother says, yeah, I knew that girl. Yes, I heard she got killed. Yes, they were in the same school, but I never thought they were that close, or I did not know they were that close, and that it actually affected my daughter to that extent. So this girl has been on bang and other drugs since then. When we called in the mother actually had no clue, or if she had clue, maybe she faked ignorance. But according to her, she had no idea that actually her daughter was on drugs. She talked about a quiet girl who never leaves the house, whether it's the weekend. She just goes to school on time and comes back home on time. So the mother says she has never had a suspicion of her of any misconduct. We asked her, do you know how banks spell? She said, I'm not sure whether I would actually tell, but I have never experienced anything with my daughter. She's an obedient daughter. It's not like she's rude or anything. So according to the mother, there was nothing no telltale sign that actually the daughter was abusing drugs. According to the girl, she sneaks out late in the evening. She goes picks her fix and comes back home. On weekends the same. She'll ensure that she's right on time and nobody could suspect her. The sad bit is that because remember her friend was in a gang, she's also been pulled into it, and now because of the fear and the grief she went through, she continued taking drugs. There is suspicion that actually she's now trafficking drugs. Remember that gangs and criminals are now using children and especially girls to traffic drugs. So there's suspicion. Of course, she says she's not trafficking, but I believe she must be in it, because one, where is she even getting the money? So the mother says, I rarely give her any pocket money. We just pay for food. We give her maybe the money for a snack when coming to school. But you know, there's no other money, and the mother is not sure where she gets the money from. So the suspicion is that actually she is being used to traffic drugs, and she's actually recruiting other children into it. This girl has this very sweet smile. She's very calm. She's not your ordinary, what I would call gang like girl, you know. She has none of those physical characters that would tell you actually she's doing this. She has this sweet smile. She's so well soft spoken, and for me, I ask myself, you know, as parents, how much is passing, you know, under our nose and we are not realizing, you know, how well do we know our children, where they go, who they are relating with, um, you know, for this girl, just also being, you know, relating to this girl could mean, you know, she might be another victim of police gun down, because if they realize she's being used to traffic drugs and traffic guns, it is a problem. But also the risk also beyond even for herself being abused. Remember, she's now relating with adults, and adults who are abusing drugs. Anything can happen to her, you know. During those deals, during those visits to the dens, anything can happen to her. And it is one of those things that got me thinking, and I thought, let's discuss this. Let's talk as parents, you know. How well do you know what your child is doing? As much as, you know, we all concentrate on schoolwork, do you know all your friends, your child's friends? Do you know where they come from? Do you know a bit of their background? This girl calls the girl who was killed her best friend, you know, and she said we were very close, we did everything together, you know. And she talks about even how she used to help her with the trafficking, and how she used to help her even sneak to see her boyfriend, you know. And she tells, you know, deep stories. And I kept looking at the mother, who looked very helpless at that very moment, and I was wondering, how can we help? You know, how can we prevent our children from getting into such mischief? As parents, it is for us to be very close to our children. Let's not be deceived. You know, spend some time, you know, dig, go beyond what you're seeing, you know. Just because your child goes to school and comes back home does not mean they are not involved in any mischief. It is for you to know. It's for you to look out for the signs. You know, even looking at the eyes. I remember when we met her one of the mornings, her eyes were very drowsy, and the question was, why are you looking like that today? And she said, oh, I haven't had my fix today. And boom, you know, for us, we're just, you know, some kind of outsiders, and we can tell the difference. And I kept wondering whether the mother never, you know, at any one point noticed, you know, the difference, or even in mood, or even how they relate in the house. And for me, it tells me that yes, we have busy lives as parents. We are out to make money. The economy is hard. But my friend, if you don't take care of your children, it will even get harder. So this now lady is now dealing with a drug addict, a girl who is also involved in, you know, crime, and she has to deal with this. But it was preventable if only she had taken a little more keenness to look out for her girl. Thanks for watching. Look out for the next video.